Hi, Unplugged family friends. This is Madlin Mangrum and Keith Dorscht, and we happen to be together. We are together because we put on our first live Unplugged family event yesterday. Was it yesterday?
It was.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, time is flying. So today's topic came out of the Q&A section of our presentation. I gave what I call the broccoli, kale, and spinach part, which is the unplug, and Keith gave the dessert, which was the connect part. So in the Q&A, a mom asked about, why are we going to screens? Why is that the default? And so for our kids, that's all they want to do. And so tell us about it. And again, for those of you who do not know Counselor Keith, and again, if you've been an Unplugged family, I don't know how you could not know who he is. He is a psychotherapist. He's based in Colorado Springs and counsels people in person and online all over the world. He has over 20,000 hours of one-on-one experience, which made me think he was a lot older than he is. We found out we're about the same age. It was so funny. But it was your wisdom. It's his wisdom that made me think he's older. And he's also led over 500 couples in marriage intensive. So he's got this connect thing down. So let's tell us about what are we avoiding? What are our kids avoiding by going to their phones?
I think there's two things teens are avoiding, even younger kids. The first one would be emotional pain. And when someone is in pain and they're emotionally immature, they go to something that distracts them enough that it doesn't draw any more from them, but it keeps them occupied and just not able to focus on the pain that they're experiencing. You know your child's emotionally mature when they can do three things. When they can say what they're feeling, feel what they're feeling, and name it. So actually, let's go in the right order. You know what you're feeling,
right?
Then you can speak it, because not everyone can say,
give it a name.
In this moment I'm feeling this, and then be able to let yourself feel it, because you can't give away anything you don't own. And so you've got to let yourself feel a little bit of it, and then as you connect with someone who cares about that, you can release it. We carry stuff until someone else cares about it, and you need connection for that person, and your children, and we all as adults even need that emotional maturity to be able to let ourselves feel it a little bit, to genuinely give it away. So I think people are avoiding emotional pain by going to phones, televisions, movies, that type of thing. And the second thing I think people tend to avoid is something in front of them that they know they should be doing, something they don't feel like doing.
Like homework or chores, right?
Yeah, it can be homework. Can be chores.
Okay.
But that applies to parents too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can totally see how I would be in my computer. I'm supposed to do a blog post, or I'm supposed to clean up the kitchen, and I'd rather go online and go to Facebook and talk to you guys, or find what my friends are up to. So yes, I can definitely see that. Well, tell us about how do we get kids to share their pain, to share what they're feeling.
Ooh, that's a big question. Let me go back to the parents. Maybe that should be
another one, huh?
It can be. Let me go back to the parents.
Okay.
Because we do that. We get in a pattern of going to our screens for things that we think are good. You might be looking up a recipe for an event that's like 10 days away. And you got to do it. And that's an easier thing to do than the thing I actually have to do. I have to go and talk to my teen about their homework, about their clean room, or something like that. And we don't want their response. We don't want the argument. We don't want the fight. So we let it go. We look up that recipe, something. So identify in yourself as a parent the tendencies and the patterns you have of going to screens to avoid things you don't feel like doing, or pain you don't want to encounter. And that can stir sympathy for your teen, because there's a good chance they're going to screens a lot of the times for the very same reason. And then you approach it differently. When you take the log out of your eye, you can address the speck in someone else's eye.
Yes.
So parents, humble yourself and say, I got to admit I get in this pattern and I'm avoiding hard things, because as adults, we have hard things to do. And I'd love to hear from you if you might be doing that too. And your teen will have an answer for that. And if they don't answer, they'll at least be thinking about it, because that's a different way of approaching them than you have in the past. So we'll get into that. How do you help your child share their pain in another one?
Yes, let's do that, because I know I tell my kids, you are born to do hard things, and things that are challenging, and things that are, God has given you a mission, and it's not going to be easy. So I'm always asking them to challenge themselves, because that's how we grow. But of course, we all try to avoid that, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'd rather do a lot of things and then go to the screen, even if it's a quote unquote good thing. Okay, that's a lot to think about right there.
All right, let me give you one more tip, since I'm here in person.
Yes.
Just celebrate
I'm
that.
so
It's
excited.
fun. It's been a good
I'm
weekend.
telling you, we're always, connect, because he's over there and I'm over here, and it's been so nice to spend time with now my friend. We just started as acquaintances, and now we're friends, and so yeah, that's super exciting. So tell us another tip.
So, they've done brain scans of people who are in pain, and if you're facing something you don't feel like doing, you're in actually a level of pain. You're feeling overwhelmed, so you don't want to do that thing. By speaking the words that you're feeling out loud, by taking 3 feelings and saying, in this moment, like you're tempted to go to look up the recipe, but you got someone else. In this moment, I'm feeling afraid, I'm feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. By speaking those words, and when they scan people's brains, the activity in the pain center decreases significantly.
Wow.
So by sharing that, so you do that for yourself, get in the practice of it, and then when you go to your teen, you say, I notice, you're in your room again. You might be feeling, and put yourself in their shoes and say, I bet you might be feeling this, this, and this. And even you speaking it and them connecting with it is the start of them being able to process it themselves and become emotionally mature. So do it for yourself, and then start suggesting with your kids what they might be feeling. And if they agree with it, that's progress.
Yes, because you know what? They might even say, okay, yes, I am frustrated. Yes, I'm sad, but no, I'm not, whatever
Exactly,
they're feeling.
they do that, yeah.
And they will identify what they're feeling and own it. Right? And then we can have progress. We can have a conversation about it, which, speaking of conversations, Counselor Keith has developed a tool called meaningfultalk.com. And I'm telling you guys, we used that tool yesterday in our live event for Unplugged Family. And we had, 60 people in the group where we're using the tool and experiencing it. And anyway, it was amazing. So explain a little bit about your tool. And then we're going to have another time where we're going to have him really explain it all the way. But for those of you who are still here, have him explain it. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, even if it's not live, even if it's after the live, we will see your comment. I read every single comment, so you can post it. And if it resonates, share it. If this resonates, share it. And then we'll answer your question or comment.
So the online tool, it looks like a video player on the website, but what it does, what it plays is questions in text. And so it takes a topic, like yesterday with the families, we were doing helping around the home, which is typically a conversation I get into with my kids when I see the mess. When I see the 36 pairs of shoes at the front door or the dinner cleanup not done, then I get in the conversation, and we all know we're not in the best place having that conversation.
And we get loud in a loud conversation that doesn't go very far.
And they have a reason not to listen to us and all that. So imagine having that conversation outside of a time of conflict while being connected neurologically with your child as you're talking.
And people were having a good time and laughing in this conversation. It was fun.
I watched people who were like, some of the kids had their heads down or were just staring off during the talks. But when it came to time where they could talk and they could share their opinions and their thoughts and their preferences and their likes and different things on it, there was people leaning in closer. There was parents putting their hands on their kids. There was laughter happening. The volume in the room just raised. People are thirsty for that type of conversation. So this tool is an objective, neutral component that guides you and your teens, or you and your spouse, or you and your children through complete conversations by providing the right question at the right time with music playing in the background to calm your
Paid by a
brain.
neuroscientist.
Yep.
I think that's big.
Yep. So that's what it is. And we'll be talking about it more in a future
Yeah,
webinar.
this is a teaser, and we'll invite you when it's time for us to. We'll do a whole webinar where you can learn more about it, and you'll learn tips on how to do some of this yourself. I'll put his website on the comments, and also the link to his website, meaningfultalk.com, and counselorkeith.com, if any of you are interested in counseling for yourself or for your family. So thank you, Counselor
Thank you.
Keith,
It's great
for
to be
being
here.
here. I am beyond excited for that. And you guys, you know what to do. Unplug and connect to who matters. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.